Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alia Sofia Binti Azman. My metric number is 298,312. I will present my part, which is introduction. Hotlicious.co is one of the fastest growing food production companies. However, despite the attractive taste in its product, the company faces several operational difficulties that disrupt daily operation. The project focuses on simplifying the product line and proposing improvement to increase efficiency, re- reliability, and overall product quality. The company's operations involve three main departments, which is quality control, assembly, and packaging and finishing. Currently, Hotsleeches.co experience delivery delays, inconsistent product quality, and rising inventory costs. So next, the current production process at Hotlicious.co is highly sequential, meaning each stage must be completed before the next one can begin. The rigid structure makes the system very sensitive to delay. Even a small slowdown at one stage can quickly create bottleneck throughout the entire product line. As a result, work in process accumulate, lead time become longer, and the overall responsiveness of the production system is reduced. So this part's about raw material receiving and initial QC. The productions process begin with receiving raw materials such as chilies, spice, bottles, and other supplies. Supplier delays are common, causing production teams to wait before processing can start. The quality control team perform only minimal inspection, mainly through visual check, without recording key variables such as chili maturity, moisture level, or color consistency. Due to the lack of system data collection and material sorting, raw material with different quality are processed together, leading to inconsistencies in later stage. Next is ingredient preparation. At the ingredient preparation stage, chilies are washed, steamed, chopped, and measured, while bottles are sterilized. However, prepared ingredients often build up because this assembly department is still working on the previous batch. This waiting this waiting time increase working process and negatively affect freshness. Exposed chili may change in moisture, color, or texture, while sterilized bottle may lose may lose the sterility. This mesh between preparation and assembly rates cause congestion congestion in the early stage of production. For next step is cooking and blending. Cooking and blending are the core stage of the production process, but are highly affected by variability in raw materials. Chilies with higher moisture contents require longer cooking time, while uneven chili quality affect taste, color, and aroma. Since since cooking process is manually monitored, workers control temperature, viscosity, and mixing by observation, which is increase the risk of human error. As a result, product consistency varies between batches, leading to rework, wastage, and increased operational costs. Next is bottling sealing. After cooking, the sauce is transferred to bottling and sealing stage. Although the bottling machine is generally efficient, it frequently experiences minor issues such as uneven filling, nozzle clogging, and temperature variation. Each stoppage interrupt the production flow and require time to troubleshooting. The absence of a preventive maintenance schedule means machines are only repaired after a problem occurs. During the stoppage, cooked sauce weight in holding tanks, increasing work in process and quality risk. Next, in process quality testing, once bottling is complete, each batch undergoes mandatory pH and viscosity testing. This testing process requires a waiting period of 2 hours, during which the entire batch is placed in temporary storage. Since only one testing setup is available, batches completed close together for long queues. This stage creates one of the most severe bottleneck in the production process, increasing congestion, work in process, and delays in downstream activities. Next step is labeling and final inspection. After passing quality testing, the product moved to the labeling stage. The labeling machine frequently jams due to issues such as misaligned label, adhesive inconsistency, or mechanical wear. Each jam stop production until the problem is resolved, resulting in significant time loss. Final inspected Final expectation is often rushed to miss output target, which increase the likelihood of defects such as crooked or wrinkled labels passing through unnoticed. Next is cartoning and palletizing. The cartoning and palletizing stage, bottles are packed into carton and stacked onto pallets. This process is largely manual and depends heavily on worker availability and physical capacity. Long working hours can cause fatigue, reduce work speed, and increase the probability of errors such as incorrect bottle counts or poorly sealed carton. The heavy reliance of manual labor limits through throughput and contributes to production delays, especially during period of low staffing. Lastly, storage and delivery. Finally, finished products are transferred to the warehouse before delivery. However, the warehouse layout is inefficient, with narrow aisle and uneven stacking patterns that slow down product retrieval. Additionally, there is no clear first in, first out system, causing older inventory to remain in storage while newer products are shipped first. These inefficiencies increase order packing time, delay deliveries, and reduce overall customer satisfaction.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Fatimah and I will present a capacity planning analysis for hotlishes.co, a Malaysian sauce manufacturer. For this assessment, we focus specifically on their chili sauce production line to identify bottlenecks and suggest improvements. Hotlishes.co is a Malaysian-based manufacturer of sauce and condiments with halal certifications. The company produces several products including chili sauce, soy sauce, and vinegar. But in this analysis, we concentrate only on chili sauce because it is one of their key products. Materials and products are inspected and approved. And for the second department is assembly, where the chili sauce is cooked and filled into bottles. And for the third department is the packaging and finishing departments, where bottles are labeled, checked again, and packed for distributions.
The operational is based on three key assumptions. The company runs 6 working days per week.
And each department operate 8 hours per day, which is 480 minutes. The daily production target is 4,000 bottles of chili sauce. Now let's move to the capacity of each department. For the quality control, has 2 operators and can handle 600 bottles per hour. So its daily capacity is 4,800 bottles. Assembly has one automated filling line that can produce 450 bottles per hour or 3,600 bottles per day. Packaging and finishing has 2 workers and 1 labeling machines with a capacity of 700 bottles per hour or 5,600 bottles per day. Here, we can see that assembly clearly has the lowest capacity. For the quality control, the utilization rate is 83.33%, calculated as 4,000 bottles divided by 4,800 and times 100. This means QC is not a bottleneck. It has some idle time when assembly is slow, but it also has spare capacity to perform more frequent in-process quality checks if needed. In assembly, the utilization rate is 111 and 11%, which is 4,000 divided by 3,600 times 100. This shows that assembly is the main bottleneck in the chili sauce line. The staff and machines are at risk of overutilization, leading to overtime, fatigue, and higher chance of error. Delays at assembly also cause waiting time for the packaging department. And for the packaging and finishing, the utilization rate is only 64.29%. This is 3,600 bottles from assembly divided by 5,600 capacity times 100. So, packaging has excess capacity and often experience idle time because it depends on the slower assembly department. As a result, workers and machines are not fully used, and this increases the unit fixed cost. So, to summarize capacity, QC can handle 4,800 bottles but only process 4,000, so it has idle time. While assembly can handle 3,600 bottles but is pushed to meet 4,000, so it becomes a bottleneck. Packaging can handle 5,600 bottles but only receive 3,600 bottles from assembly, so it has excess capacity. This shows a clear imbalance along the chili sauce production line. For our first recommendation is to adjust shifts, especially in assembly. One option is to extend the assembly shift by 1 hour from 8 to 9 hours. This increases its capacity to about 4,050 bottles per day, which is enough to meet the 4,000 bottles target. Another option is to start assembly 30 minutes earlier than QC and packaging. This creates a small buffer of half-finished inventory at the start of the day and reduce waiting time for the next department. While the second recommendation is to change resources. For assembly, we suggest either hiring an additional support worker to help with bottle supplies, ingredient fillings, and monitoring, or in the long term, investing in a second filling line if market demand keeps growing. For packaging, which is underutilized, one worker could be converted into a flexible float worker who helps assembly when needed. The company can also use batch processing with larger lots to make a better use of the capacity. For the third recommendation is to improve workflow between departments. A 1 to 2 hour WIP buffer can be created between assembly and packaging to prevent frequent stoppage at packaging. Some tasks, such as level visual inspections, can be shifted to QC so that packaging can focus on fast labeling and packing. Finally, standardized SOP for changeover and cleaning can be introduced to reduce setup time and increase effective capacity in assembly. For the analysis of the chili sauce line, there are 3 key findings. First, assembly is the primary bottleneck with utilizations of more than 100%. Second, QC and packaging are underutilized, with spare capacity that is not fully used. Third, this imbalance leads to worker fatigue in assembly, idle time in other departments, and higher overtime. In conclusion, By adjusting shifts, reallocating workers, and improving workflow, a hotlicious.co can balance its chili sauce production line, focusing on strengthening assembly while better using the extra capacity in QC and packaging. Will help the company consistently achieve the target of 4,000 bottles per day in a more efficient and cost-effective ways. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nurul Binti Azmi 298225, and for my part, I will be presenting section 3.0 Inventory Management for hotlicious.co. So this section focuses on how inventory is managed and how for better control can reduce costs, improve production flow, and minimize delivery delays. So what is inventory management? Inventory management is the process of how controlling raw materials, packaging materials, and finished goods to ensure material are available when needed while avoiding excess stock. Effective inventory management helps ensure smooth production, prevent shortage, and reduce unnecessary storage costs. Current inventory system. Currently, hotlicious.co use a simple and reactive reorder system. Inventory decisions are based mainly on visual inspection by the production manager with a formal tracking system. So the main stock keeping unit include raw materials such as chili and garlic, packaging material like glass bottle and labels, and finished goods which are bottled chili sauce. Problem in the current system, there are two main problems. First is overstocking. Packaging materials such as bottle and sugar are purchased in large quantity, leading to high holding and storage costs and cash being tied up in the inventory. Second is stock out of fresh chili. When chili runs out, production stops completely, causing delay in delivery and customer dissatisfaction. Impact of poor inventory management. These problems lead to serious impact. Operationally, production lines shut down and worker and machine remain idle. Financially, the company face high holding costs, increased operational expenses, and potential loss of sale due to late deliveries. Proposed solution. Hybrid inventory model. To address this issue, we propose a hybrid inventory management model. This model applies different control methods based on item characteristic, combining economic order quantity or EOQ and just-in-time or JIT. EOQ for stable materials. EOQ is applied to stable and non-perishable items such as glass bottle and sugar. EOQ help determine the optimal order quantity that minimizes the ordering and holding costs, allowing the company to reduce excess inventory and improve cash flow. JIT for perishable materials. For perishable raw material such as fresh chili and garlic, just in time is recommended. Under JIT, material are delivered in small and frequent quantity only when needed, ensuring freshness and preventing production stoppages. Expected benefit. With this hybrid system, inventory level can reduce by around 35 to 45%, leading to low holding costs. Production become more stable, product quality improve, and customer satisfaction increase due to timely deliveries. In conclusion, hotlicious.co's current reactive inventory system is inefficient and costly. By implementing a hybrid EOQ-JIT model, the company can reduce inventory costs, stabilize production flow, and improve overall operational efficiency. Thank you.
Thank you to my friend. My name is Rashida. Next, I would like to discuss about control. There are quality issues at hotlicious.com. Hotlicious has received increasing customer complaints, especially from the finishing department. There are four main quality issues identified. First, inconsistent products appearance, such as uneven color, rough surface, and poor bits finishing. Second, product contamination, including scratches, dust, and smog before packaging. Third, there is an absence of standard finishing procedures where different employees use different methods. And lastly, the limited quality inspection, as checks are mostly done only at the final stage instead of throughout the process. Poor quality has a serious impact on both customers and the company. For the customer's perspective, it leads to higher product returns, negative reviews, and lower customer satisfaction. Over time, this can reduce customer trust and loyalty. From the customer's perspective, Poor quality increases rework and material waste, lowers production efficiency, and causes revenue loss due to refunds or cancelled orders. To solve these problems, we propose Total Quality Management or TQM. TQM focuses on continuous improvement, employees' involvement in quality at every stage of production. True TQM defects can be reduced by introducing clear standard operating procedures, conducting quality checks at each process stage or not only at the end, providing proper employee training, and using inspection checklists to ensure consistency. TQM also helps to improve customer satisfaction by producing more consistent and attractive products, reducing defects reaching customers, and shortening delivery time due to less rework. As a result, customer trust and brand reputation will improve.
Hi, my name is Nurul Aida Binti Ayob. My metric number is 298260. Okay, today I will going to present the task 5, which is about supply chain management for the company Hotlicious.co. Okay, Hotlicious.co is a company that produces chili sauce. Even though the product is simple, the company is facing several problems in its supply chains that affect production and delivery. First, I will talk about the current supply chain problem faced by Hotlicious.co. Okay, these problems are not only about the logistics, but mostly about the poor supplier management. Okay, Hotlicious.co work with many suppliers to get raw materials such as fresh chili and other ingredients. Okay, at first, this was done to reduce risk, but in reality, it creates more problems. The main issue is unreliable lead time. Okay, suppliers often do not deliver material on time. Sometimes the material arrive too early and sometimes they arrive too late. This shows that many suppliers do not plan properly and do not follow the delivery schedule. Okay, because of this, inventory management becomes very difficult. Okay, early delivery increase storage cost and spoilage, especially for fresh chilies. Okay, late delivery cause production delays and make material planning very challenging. Okay, next, this delivery problem directly affect the production process. Raw material, especially fresh chili, are often delivered late. When this happens, the production team has no choice but to stop production or change the schedule at the last minute. Machine and worker end up waiting with nothing to do. Okay, this increases labor costs and reduces productivity. To catch up, the company has to pay overtime, which increases total operating costs. The biggest risk is failing to deliver product to customer on time. This can damage the company reputation and may cause customer to cancel future orders. Okay, now I will explain some recommendations to improve the supply chain. Hotlicious.co should stop focusing only on low price. Instead, the company should focus more on supplier reliability and long-term value. Okay, first, Hotlicious.co should improve the way suppliers are selected. The supply selection should not be based on price alone. The company should evaluate supplier performance, financial stable, and production. Suppliers should also be reviewed regularly. Unreliable suppliers should be removed, and only good performing suppliers should be kept. Okay, next, Hotlicious.co should reduce the number of suppliers. Okay, the company should work with only 3 to 5 key suppliers. Long-term contracts should be signed with them. Okay, this contract should clearly state the price, quantity, and delivery time. Penalty clause should also be included if supplier deliver late. Okay, this help ensure stable supplies, better planning, and priority delivery. Hotlicious.co should also consider sourcing raw material locally. Okay, buying chilies and onion from local farm and reduce delivery time. It also reduces transportation costs and risks. Local sourcing ensure fresh ingredients, which improve product quality. At the same time, it supports sustainability and local farmers.
Okay, finally, Hotlisha.co should introduce a simple supplier performance monitoring system. The company can measure delivery performance using on-time, in full, or OTIF and defect rate. This data can be shown in simple dashboard. With this system, Hotlisha.co can clearly see which suppliers are performing well. This makes it easier to decide whether to keep or replace the supplier. Okay, in conclusion, the main problem at Hotlisha.co is relying on too many unreliable suppliers. This causes production delays, higher costs, and customer dissatisfaction. By improving supplier selection, building long-term partnership, sourcing locally, and monitoring performance, Hotlisha.co can make its supply chains more stable and efficient. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Siti Binti Muhammad Fauzi. My matric number is 297955. I will explain how Hotlisha.co applies lean management to reduce cost and production time. Lean focuses on eliminating waste and improving efficiency. At Hotlisha.co, the main wastes identified are waiting time, unnecessary movement, and defects, and surplus inventory. These inefficiencies slow down production and increase operational costs. Therefore, lean tools such as 5S, standardized work, and Kaizen are used to systematically solve this problem and improve speed, quality, and cost efficiency in chili sauce production. First, I will discuss the issue of waiting time in the production flow. At Hotlisha.co, workers experience delays during raw material preparation, machine setup, and label printing. This happens because there is poor coordination between material preparation and equipment readiness. As a result, workers are forced to stand idle while waiting for inputs or machine adjustments. This reduces daily production output and increases labor cost per unit. By improving scheduling and coordination, waiting time can be reduced, which directly speeds up production and lowers operation costs. Next, Hotlisha.co also faces problems with unnecessary movement and product defects. The production layout is not arranged in a linear flow. Workers have to move back and forth between washing, blending, filling, capping, and labeling stations. This causes fatigue, longer processing time, and lower productivity. In addition, quality defects such as underfilled bottles, loose caps, and misaligned labels occur due to the lack of standardized work procedures. This defect leads to rework material wastage and higher production costs. So, by reorganizing the layout and implementing standardized work, Hotlisha.co can reduce movement, minimize defects, and improve consistency. Another major issue is overproduction and surplus inventory. Hotlisha.co sometimes produce more than actual demand due to poor demand forecasting and the absence of a just-in-time system. This increases storage costs and the risk of ingredient spoilage. To address this, lean tools are applied. 5S is used to organize and maintain a clean workspace. Standardized work ensures all workers follow the same procedures. And Kaizen encourages continuous small improvement by employees. So these tools reduce session time, improve process stability, and increase productivity without high investment. In conclusion, lean implementation at Hotlisha.co successfully reduced process time and operating costs. By eliminating waiting time, unnecessary movement, defect, and overproduction, the company improves labor utilization, reduces waste, and shortens production cycles. Overall, Lean tools make the production system more organized, predictable, and efficient, strengthening Holistic.co's competitiveness in the chili sauce market. As a recommendation, Holistic.co should focus on low-cost, high-impact actions such as 5S standardized word in process quality checks, just-in-time inventory for perishables, and workflow reorganizations. In the long term, expanding film capacity, improving supplier reliability, and adopting simple digital planning tools will support sustainable growth. That's all for me. Thank you.